Aries, welcome to your general love tarot reading for the month of May 2016. My name is Kelly and this is Moon Pie Tarot. Thank you for watching, and I just want to say real quick thank you for all the subscribes and shares and comments. I really appreciate them. I am, if you've watched my last reading, doing a little differently, where I am just doing the readings for individual zodiac to try to get a little bit more of a general, a little more in depth, not too condensed. So let me just get started with your reading. I've pre-shuffled the cards. I usually pre-shuffle them before I actually begin the video, just to try to get some messages. I feel like for Aries, this, as I was shuffling earlier, I feel like it's kind of a conflicted month where that the good is really, really, really good, and then there's just some bad moments, which I guess it's just life. But I feel like for the month of May, you're really going to be focusing on the positive this month, and not really trying. You're not. I think you're going to see the negative, but you're not going to let it keep you down. That's really just kind of how I feel for the month of May. Okay, so let me get started. Okay, this one. Okay. So we have the Chariot, and hopefully I can put these so that you will be, maybe I'll try them this way. It might be, nah, I don't like that. Sorry. The Moon. The Moon has been in almost every reading. We have the Emperor in reverse. We have Justice in reverse. We have the Devil in reverse. We have the Six of Cups, the High Priestess, the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. So at the bottom of the deck, Aries, we have the Hermit. And the Hermit is really, generally the Hermit is a person or has the energy of someone who is taking stock of things, kind of keeping to himself, ideas, thoughts, pondering, trying to perhaps think things over, kind of like, how can I say it? If you look at the Hermit, I mean, obviously he's thinking about things. He's being very intuitive. He's being very deep. He's not making a decision about anything, but more or less thinking deeply about where he or she, it could be, you know, if you're male or female, where you are in your life, where you want to be, where you're headed, kind of like it's taking stock, so to speak. He's not really a card of action. He's really just someone that's just thinking. You have a lot, maybe perhaps for this month, a lot of things going on, and you're trying to be authentic in your decisions about how you want to handle situations, but at the same time, too much thinking can drive you into isolation and fearing people or situations. So I think really for the month of for the month of May, that's something that you're going to be doing, just really kind of putting yourself in this thinking mode, so to speak, which is not really an Aries trait. So there must be a reason that it's coming up for you right now. You may have some things going on where you really need to be thinking things through. Okay? And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with sorting through issues, things like that. Let me have a look here. Mm-hmm. I feel like at some point in the recent past, you felt chained to a situation or your thoughts or your emotions. And I feel like within the recent past, you've turned that around. There's been some light, some bright light shining through. Although I still, even though with the devil coming up still, I feel like the presence of the devil is still there, but it's not as heavy as it used to be. This could have been a very strong, you were very chained to either a person or a situation, chained in a relationship. Could have been extremely sexual in nature. It could have been idolizing someone you were with. It could have been addictions of some sort involved. But whatever the situation was and whoever the person was, you somehow found a way to turn it around in a way. Not 100%, okay, because I think you were still going through this difficulty within your heart and your mind, and really trying to let go. I feel like that's something that you've been doing within yourself, just really difficult. You've been trying to let go, but the full let go hasn't occurred just yet. Okay. And with the Justice card in reverse, next to the Devil, I feel like perhaps you were feeling kind of like the situation is, black and white. You've been torn with the situation or the persons, viewing them as black and white. Because trying to find the gray area, I think you felt was dangerous for you, right? Because for some reason you don't want to stay chained to that person anymore. So you've been looking at the situation in your mind where, okay, this person is either this way or they're that way. And it confuses you too much to think that they could be a little bit of this and a little bit of that. In other words, they hurt you, and you feel like it's better for you to view them as being, which you're perceiving them as the Emperor in reverse. Okay, and the Emperor in reverse is really someone who is very, you're viewing them to be very cold, emotionless, a tyrant, so to speak, and you're viewing them to be, how can I say, just very negative. They're very, in the upright, this person he's a person of goodwill in the upright. A lot of positive aspects, very strong-willed, rational, kind of like a father figure, and perhaps you kind of had them in some kind of capacity in that way. But in the reverse, with this justice in reverse, like with this black or white thinking. Um, like for instance, let me explain that. Like, so when you're accused of something or someone's accusing you of something, there's always a trial because you have to, there's things have to be sorted out. But for you, you don't want to sort it out. You just want to view this person as being soulless, right? No connection between their mind and their body. They're just someone who you view as a very negative character, who you actually had in your mind as at one point in the past or the recent past as being very dominant, or you were viewing them that way. And we have the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is generally about childhood dreams and wishes. It could be someone from your past. It could be someone, it could be related to this person in your past that you had wishes and hopes and dreams for or with. Or with the King of Cups down here, it could be someone from your past, recent past or far distant past coming back into your life. But I feel like, and with the Chariot next to this card, I feel like the Chariot is usually a card that speaks of moving on and moving off into the sunlight, moving on, moving forward, going into where there's bright, positive light. And I feel like that is your direction now, and that you are, because it is kind of going into the sun but facing in the direction of the Six of Cups, you are heading toward your dreams. That's what you're looking for. Whatever your dreams are, whatever's happening in your life, you're trying to broaden your horizons now. You're looking for a new beginning. You're getting yourself out of this gridlock that you were in, or the confines of a negative relationship, and you're moving into unknown territory. It's a risk for you, but I feel like you, with the Nine of Pentacles down here and the High Priestess together, I feel like you are becoming this strong, independent person, okay, and very, I want to say, intuitive, very you're in this place in your life now where you are paying attention to yourself and your hopes and your emotions, really paying attention to your emotions, because we have the moon, different phases of the moon. So I feel like you're going through a lot of different emotions in your life. And I'm sorry, for the month of May, and you may have been for your life, but I feel like you are going through a lot of different emotions, and you're really just trying to you're not trying to, you're actually on that path. It's kind of like you're thinking positively, and you're reaching out to become one with the world again, which is under the Six of Cups. So these are your hopes and wishes and dreams, to be free from the bondage that you were in a past relationship. And this can go for singles. This can be for relationship that you're in. And I did say singles in one of my readings as not having anyone on your mind, but there could also be someone potential. And if you are in a relationship now, this person here, the King of Cups, which can be a male or a woman, and depending on your sex as well, the King of Cups is someone who is usually a water sign, so could be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, or they could have the energies of that sign, of those signs, which generally water signs are very, they're sensitive, they're vulnerable, they're kind, they're very patient. They are very loving and very giving, and of course there are also with every sign negative sides to that as well. But because this card is in the upright, this is these are all positive signs that are showing through for them. And they are, if you are single, someone that is going to be present for the month of May, or someone coming in. You may or may not know them, but this is someone who has a very kind soul. And if there is someone on your mind, I feel like you know who that is. But you also have, it's funny because we have the moon and then the high priestess right after that. So there is a lot of soul searching and intuition. And with the moon, there is also a tendency for fear, fear of getting involved, fear of meeting someone and getting your heart broken, which that's not just relegated to Aries. That's pretty much for a lot of us. We always have that fear, and especially the older that we get, there's always a tendency to, I guess if you've had scars, emotional scars throughout the years, there's always a little bit more fear. We don't jump into relationships if you're much older like you did when you were much younger, but so that's just common. But the moon is also a time of mourning. So you could be, with this recent past situation, you're letting go. And you're paying attention to what it is that you want now in your life. The moon also represents the deepness of who you are, right? Things that are illuminated from being in the dark, things that are generally not accessible, or that you feel like you haven't been able to get your questions answered or understand why certain things happened. But with the high priestess here, I feel like if you pay attention to your intuition, I feel like you will begin to understand, and not so much, you may get answers or questions answered within your soul, but you may not have an actual answer from whoever this person was. But I feel like you may come to understand, and you know, forgive yourself for allowing yourself to continually be hurt by something that occurred in the past. And this doesn't have to be with one particular person. This could have been a situation that you were dealing with a loved one. And love is not just, it's any kind of a relationship. It could be a family member, a sibling, something like that. But I feel, when I look at these cards, I actually feel like this is a good reading. It's, when I said conflicting energy, like it definitely rings true, because I feel for you that you are, like I said, there is negativity that you're feeling, but because of the hope and the wishes and the hopes that you have, I feel for the month of May, you will be focusing on going into the light and focusing on the positive, because the good is just so good. I mean, the good is just so good, you know? I said that twice, whatever. But yeah, I feel like, and your energy towards the end, not necessarily, it doesn't usually work where it's just right at the end of the month, even though this is the end of the end of the reading, the bottom. This could just be your general energy at any time in the month. You may have a feeling of everything is coming together for you financially, emotionally, you feel grounded, you are in the light. It's actually, to be honest with you, such a very easy reading. It really comes together beautifully. I don't even feel like I need some clarity. For singles, again, the same issue, something within your past, a lover, a relationship, family, friends, something within your past was very difficult for you, and you are breaking free of that and taking a look at your wishes and wanting to ride off into the sun, wanting to find that light within you again, and taking, with the High Priestess and the Moon, taking a deep, deep look at yourself. And maybe, I feel like you're asking yourself what you want, and this person is here. They are coming for the month of May. This King of Cups. They will be showing up at some point. If you don't already know them, you will meet them. Perhaps towards the end of the month, there's a possibility. That is if you don't know them. But for those of you that have an interest in someone, but because of the moon above that you are not too sure about them, their presence will be known, and you will, with the Nine of Pentacles here, you will, and under the Chariot, you will find yourself going towards them and them being available to you. There's really no, it's just the King of Cups and the Six of Cups. So for some of you, this could be somebody that you've known, right, from your past. It could be from a very long time ago. They could be coming back. Or it could be someone that maybe you were in a relationship with before, who has gone through also these changes and has decided that they are wanting to be with you again. I could see that, because when the Six of Cups comes up, I always kind of think of like, I always think of an ex coming back when I see the Six of Cups. But I don't think it could be the person that was back there in the past having some kind of revelation with the High Priestess. That absolutely could be happening, and this person, could be making themselves present again, but you will still be unsure. So for those of you that don't have anyone in your life right now, that's a possibility. This could be someone returning. And for those of you that are letting go of an old relationship, there's someone new coming in, the King of Cups. And for those of you who are in a relationship or a marriage, the King of Cups is your partner, and you've been dealing with a feeling of bondage and being chained to them, and wishing and hoping things, will change. Having wishes and moving towards those wishes and dreams, having the fear of the unknown, but feeling satisfied within yourself and who you are, that you will both come together and reach together here, right? Because you have the Nine of Pentacles, the King of Cups. It could be for some of you who are in a marriage or relationship that were having some struggles, whatever, if there was addiction involved, or if there was some kind of, whatever kind of trouble. I feel like when I look at these cards, I feel like she's looking here in his direction. And this could be a man or a woman. But I will say she, because obviously it's a female. But I'll say this person. This person is looking in this person's direction, okay? Kind of a little bit out, not exactly at him, but kind of looking and being in the light and feeling content and happy. And this King of Cups is looking down at a book. So he is looking at things, he's reading things, he's perhaps studying. He could, this person, whatever you had gone through, these chains are beginning to lift with them, even though your views of them have been a little distorted, and you feel like it's all or nothing with them. This person could be going through some kind of a change within themselves, and maybe they are, maybe they've seen the light and they decided that they're going to get help for whatever was happening in the relationship. I do, that's one of the messages I was getting. So this reading is very, very hopeful. I feel like it's very hopeful. I feel like I don't want to keep repeating myself. So basically, for the month of May, for those of you who are single, there is someone coming, a King of Cups, which is a water sign, or someone with water type energies, is very kind, patient, and soulful. For those of you who are breaking away from an old relationship, it could be your ex coming back, who is also with those same energies, but in a more lightened and better way. They may have seen the light. And for those of you who are completely done with this situation in the past, there's someone new coming, same thing. And for those of you who are in a relationship or married, I see some healing within you, definitely, and possibly within your partner, and the two of you being next to each other, coming together again, but in a new place, getting maybe some help or some therapy, or doing new things and becoming more enlightened about your relationship. Perhaps I don't really see a lot of communication, but I see maybe like you are doing some work on yourself and your partner is really starting to take a look at himself, and instead of just sitting down and talking about it, I feel like you're both just going to have these very minor but very deep changes. I'm sorry, not minor, very less quantity but very deep. Few changes but significantly deep changes that will bring a happiness to both of you. Okay, so Aries, that's the message. Those are all the messages I'm getting. So if you like my channel, if you like my readings, feel free to just subscribe to my channel to keep updated. And if you are interested in a personal reading, just email me in the email address in the box below. Right down, am I pointing right? Right down here. And it may have a link. I'm not sure if it's linked, but you can click the link if you like. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to send me an email, leave me feedback. Any kind of feedback is fine, and comments is fine. I appreciate and I love them all. And I will have new readings up for you for June, towards the beginning to middle of May. Okay, so I hope you, for you mothers out there, I hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day, and for those of you who celebrate, and I don't know if it's all over the world, probably just the United States, but, and for those of you who are in the Southern Hemisphere, I always feel the need to say have a happy fall. And we are going into spring and summer, so it's good stuff for us. Okay, have a great, great May. Thanks, bye.